Peace, mercy, and blessings of God be upon you, my distinguished listeners and esteemed audience. Here I am, recounting a tale from a long ago time, about a man who spent a portion of his life between the ocean waves and the quiet sound of the wind. A tale that makes hearts yearn for adventure and takes minds on a journey to the... Imagine with me a scene: a small wooden boat docked on a moonlit shore, and a man with a dark complexion, Noah, gazing at the horizon, his eyes carrying an inheritance of patience and defiance, while the waves whisper the names of sunken ships and buried secrets. It is the story of the treasure that has been passed down by the tongues of sailors generation after generation. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to favor us with a like and a share, and tell us from which part of the world you are listening to us, and what your local time is right now. And now, try to let your imagination run wild, and let me gently pull you into the heart of the narrative. In an ancient coastal village, lived Noah, a poor fisherman, yet rich in faith and skill. Noah did not pay much heed to the tales of the elderly sailors about the sunken ship, the Pearl of the East, and its great treasure. But one morning, while mending his nets, he found an ancient bottle floating, with a delicate, fragile piece of paper inside. He carefully took out the paper, and behold, it was a mysterious map, inscribed with symbols of star positions and marine landmarks. Noah realized it might be the first real clue leading him to the missing Pearl of the East. At that moment, a stream of memories poured into Noah's weary heart. He remembered the face of his ailing mother, and how he had promised her as a boy that they would live a tranquil life, undisturbed by poverty or need. Those promises were the flame that renewed his resolve. The treasure became not merely a goal for wealth, but for fulfilling that pure promise, and bringing comfort to his mother. Determination renewed in his heart, leaving no room for hesitation. From that day, Noah secretly prepared his provisions. He equipped his small boat, I'll risk the livelihood, with minimal supplies and basic diving gear. On a pitch-black night, he sailed away from his village, guided only by the map's symbols. The waves carried him for grueling days, but he focused on a strange detail on the map, a drawing of a specific star. Noah discovered that this particular star, at its setting, pointed with an illusory line of light to a single spot on the horizon, as if it were the celestial compass needle intended by the map's maker. This strange and detailed precision was the key to unlocking the location's secret. Thanks to this heavenly guidance, Noah finally arrived at a seemingly ordinary spot in the open sea. He dove in with his simple equipment, challenging the pressure and the darkness, until his eyes reached a breathtaking sight: the wreckage of an old ship, undoubtedly the Pearl of the East. Noah began searching, and among the decaying wooden remains, he found a large, tightly locked wooden chest. He hoisted the chest onto his boat with great difficulty, but upon examining it in the moonlight, he noticed something completely unexpected: a strange symbol deeply carved into the lid, a marking he had never seen before. Noah wondered in perplexity, but was this symbol what the sailors meant in their ancient tales? This was the unknown thread he found after all this hardship. Noah realized that the symbol was not a lock, but a key. It was a method to open the lid through a specific sequence of pressing the points marked in the symbol. With intelligence and patience, Noah pressed the carved parts of the symbol in the sequence indicated by its shape. Suddenly, a quiet clicking sound was heard, and the centuries-old wooden chest opened. Inside, Noah did not find gold haphazardly piled, but gold coins, precious jewels, and some gemstones, all shining and protected within thick cloth wrappers. It was the promised treasurina returned safe and sound to his village, loaded with a treasure that made him one of the wealthiest men in the community. The first thing Noah did was treat his mother and fulfill his promise to her to live in comfort and peace. The old sailor's rumors turned into a visible reality, and Noah became a symbol of perseverance and keeping one's word, with new stories about his adventure now woven into the evening tales. And here, esteemed friends, the wind subsides and the sound of the waves fades, and we return to the village shore where there is stillness and tranquility. Noah learned that true treasures are not only in buried chests, but in the sincerity of intention, the effort expended, and the realization of dreams for those we love. Noah returned, with gold and blessing, to live an ending worthy of a journey filled with challenge and success. May his story be a lesson to us all that the treasures of life require adventure and courage to come to light. End of the story. Sweet dreams.